Why are you failing your diet? How many times have you said, okay, this is the diet, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get all that weight off? How many times have you said that, but you failed? Let me ask you this. Do you know why you failed that diet? Do you know the reasons? Keep watching, because in this video, I'm gonna go over a couple reasons as to why you're failing your diet. Also, I'm gonna need you to stick around to the end of the video. The one reason I'm gonna go over is very important for you guys to hear. You might not like it, to be honest, but it's something you have to know and you have to realize. But let's jump into it. Guys, this is Butch from Fitness Psychology, where I'm gonna go over all subjects with mindset, nutrition, and fitness to help build confidence and to help build a healthier you. So without further ado, let's jump into this video, go over some reasons why you keep failing your diet. Look, it's frustrating. I get it. You start a diet and you have some success, right? You lose some weight. You might lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds even, but then you just fall off the track. You fail. Why? I've seen this with even myself. I've seen this with clients. There's a couple reasons as to why you're failing your diet. So let's go ahead and address it. But before we actually go into this, guys, let me know down below in the comments, what's like one of the main reasons you possibly failed a diet in the past? But all right, let's start off with reason number one here. This one is important. It's you guys need to understand your calories. What do I mean by this? Calories. It's a simple form of like energy. We use it to move our bodies. Calories helps with our bodies, with our organ functionality. Calories is just a unit of energy, essentially. But here's the dilemma. When we're going on a diet, we're not understanding how many calories we're actually consuming. Sure, you're gonna have a salad, but that dressing has a lot of calories, a lot of sugar into it that's causing you to not be in a caloric deficit, which you need to have in order to lose weight. Now, you don't have to necessarily track your calories. Yes, it's gonna help you out and help you lose weight, but you just need to understand calories. Understand that you might be eating too much when you actually think you're eating just a little bit. So watch out for that. Make sure you're doing healthy portion controls. Take your time when you're eating food. Be patient with it. Drink plenty of water, but just make sure you understand calories. Understand if you're eating a lot, or excuse me, you might be eating a lot. Just understand calories. It's simple, but effective. Okay, the second reason you're failing your diet is you use exercise as an excuse to eat more calories. I love this one. So many clients of mine I've worked with is they used to say on like their app that, hey, I burn 300 calories with this workout. And maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but they'll use that as a way to eat more calories. But again, it just goes back to reason number one is you need to understand calories. That's not a healthy mentality to have if you're just using exercise as an excuse to eat. A diet is you have to be in a caloric deficit, right? You can't use exercise as an excuse to eat. That's what ends up making you fall off the bandwagon. Also, a diet demands discipline. It demands willpower. This is what I love about doing this with Fitness Psychology, is I want to go over these types of habits, this type of thinking, because it has to do a lot with the mentality. And with using exercise as an excuse to eat, that's an improper mentality. That's not the best mentality to have because you're just going to fall off the bandwagon, like I mentioned. So understand your calories. Don't use exercise as an excuse to eat more. Use exercise as a way as you're building up more of a caloric deficit, which is going to help you lose weight even more. Third reason, this one's great. I love discussing this one for hours. You're not seeing results. More importantly, you're not seeing results quickly. This is back to the mentality. You're not patient. You want to see results right away. I get it. You see all these ads, all these marketings of how this person lost X amount of weight in 30 days, 20 days, whatever it says. Is that possible? Yes. Does it happen to everyone? No. That's what I want to do with fitness psychology. I want to shift that thinking with people because of course we want things quick. We want things right now, but you have to realize is you're not going to get results right away. You have to work at it. You have to stay disciplined. You have to have the willpower to stick through with your diet. It gets very uncomfortable sometimes, but that's how you're going to get the results you're looking for in the first place. What happens when you don't see the results? You just give up. You give up and you go back to your old habits. And that's bad. That's the improper way to think. Remember, with a diet, you need to realize it's not going to happen overnight. You did not get overweight overnight, so you're not going to lose weight overnight. That's just the reality of it. Does it suck? Yeah, but hey, what are you going to do about it? Have the discipline, have the willpower to stick with a diet. You don't want to keep failing. I don't want you to keep failing. Fourth reason here, there's way too much restriction you're putting on yourself with a diet. Back to the thinking. When you restrict yourself tremendously, to an extreme level, what ends up happening is you start to shift your mind, your thinking. You start to feel lethargic. You start to get these urges, right? What ends up happening when you get those urges, it's easier to grab that food. It's easier to eat more, to binge, to indulge. You get it? Because you're restricting yourself too much. What you need to do is you need to slowly restrict yourself because yes, you have to eat in a caloric deficit. You're gonna feel hungry. You're gonna have those moments where it might be a bit uncomfortable. But if you do it the proper way, let's just say 2,000 calories is what your basal metabolic rate is. That just simply means if you laid in bed all day, that's how many calories you burn. Now, in order to lose weight, you would have to eat below 2,000 calories per day to eventually lose some weight. If you're someone who eats maybe 1,200 calories in a day, I think that's personally way too much of a restriction. So you're gonna become lethargic. You're gonna feel demotivated at that point there, and it's only gonna tempt you more to fall off the diet. So don't restrict yourself too much. Take your time when you're doing this, and even like with restriction, let's just say you restrict yourself for 5-6 days even, right? Have one day where you eat above your caloric intake. So we'll just use 2,000 as an example. Have one day where you eat at 2,000 or above, and you'll feel better psychologically, mentally, and that's what's important. That's what's gonna keep you on track because remember, it's the long game here we're shooting for. All right, guys, since you stuck around to the end here is the fifth and last reason as to why you're failing your diet. Okay, here it is. You don't want it. You don't want it right now. What happens is, I've noticed over the years with these trends, someone wants to start a diet, right? They're ready to go, they're motivated, they'll lose weight like I said, and then they fall off track and then they just go back to their old lifestyle habits. That tells me you don't want it. You actually don't want to lose that weight right now. That's what's important, is that phrase is right now. So you have to ask yourself this when you're planning on going on a diet. Do you really want to lose weight? Do you really want to go through caloric restriction? Do you really want to take out foods that you've been eating previously? Do you really want it? And I think a lot of people don't, to be quite frank, because they're very content with who they are. But then sometimes what ends up happening is they'll see someone, they'll be on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and then they're like, oh shit, now I want that. Just ask yourself, seriously, do you want this? And it's okay if you don't want it right now. I'm not saying that you don't want to be healthy or anything like that, but you just have to realize, do you actually want this? All right, guys, that was 5 reasons as to why you're failing your diet. And remember, I don't want you to fail your diet, but with fitness psychology, I'm gonna talk about these subjects that might be uncomfortable. You might not even want to hear it, to be honest, but I know it works. I've seen it, I've done it, and I just know what's gonna happen after it. When someone goes through a change, it's uncomfortable. They don't like it. But then when they come out on the other side, it is absolutely fantastic how that person feels, the confidence, the health they have, and just the overall lifestyle improvement. So remember, if you fail a diet, it's okay. Just start back up again, but see if you actually want to do it this time. And if you do, awesome. So guys, let me know down below, what's a reason here that made you fail a diet before in the past? Or list one that I didn't mention. All right guys, thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and guess what? I'll see you on the next video. Appreciate you guys.